Good morning and welcome to the 81st APTA National Championships. We are live from the Country Club of Darien in Darien, Connecticut on the APTA network presented by eNet Live. I'm Brad Easterbrook alongside Rod Workman, and it's time for the men's semifinal match between second-seeded team of Johan Randt and Mark Parsons and the third-seeded team of Marco Grangerio and George Wilkinson. So Rod, why don't you tell us a little about our players?
Well, good morning, Brad, and here we are down to the final four out of 142 teams, a record number in the national championship of platform tennis. With their backs to us, Marco Grangerio and George Wilkinson are the third team. Marco from Brazil originally, currently the Country Club of New Canaan's director of rackets. He played some college tennis at Florida Southern. He is just an exciting, explosive player. He'll play some patient rope-a-dope action, but he'll throw in some timely, sneaky offense and keep his opponents off balance. He's extremely fit, although he did have a
full tear, actually.
Bad tear that kept him out since January, since the Boston Open. His partner, George Wilkinson, comes out of London, England. Played college tennis at Lander College. He's currently the director of rackets at the Nursing Island Club, and he is what I would call the hammer of the team. He's got a forehand on him of epic proportions, will hit it early and often, and that shot will probably help dictate the outcome of the match. Their opponents, and actually going back to Marco and George, they've been trending in the right way. They got to the quarters of the Nationals in Pittsburgh, lost to Juan and Leonard. Quarters in Chicago, lost to Juan and Leonard again, 7-6 in the third. And here they are in the semis for the first time. Playing the number 2 seeds and two-time national champions as a tandem, we got one of the most exciting teams, if not the most exciting team in the game, Johan Randt and Mark Parsons. Obviously, Johan was top 250 in the world in tennis. He is the director of rackets at the Weston Golf Club, Weston, Massachusetts. He's married to Ramonte, and they have a son, Johan, and number 2 imminently. Mark, University of Tennessee volunteer, Peyton Manning fan. Got the best two-hander in the game. Return of serve is as pure as you can get. His wife Dana also played in the national tournament and was a seeded player in the event. He's at Sewanee Country Club in Bronxville, New York, and these two were explosive last night, Brad. They won in straight sets decisively. They are on top of their game. What are you thinking?
Oh, I think this is a great matchup. They actually played once before this year in the Chicago Charities, and actually it was the huge win for Grangerio and Wilkinson. And I think their tactics are going to remain the same. They're going to play super patient points, block the balls that go with the nick. When they get up the net, they're going to volley really well, play super disciplined, not let the points get into a bang-bang fast pace where, Parsons and Durant are going to excel. And I think Parsons and Durant are going to be looking for some serious revenge here, to let them know that, hey, that was just a fluke.
Yeah.
Your win over in Chicago. And we should also mention David Lee up in the chair from the umpires. And we're getting ready to start here with George Wilkinson to serve.
Going in the I formation, giving signals right off the bat.
Just long on the first one. Close, 15 love. I think we're going to see a lot of that. Serve and stay back. A lot of people don't want to deal with the Parsons-Durant returns.
I'm with you on that. And again, I coined Johan the Big Cat in Philadelphia about 4 or 5 years ago. First time I saw him play, just explosively active at the net. He comes in like he's playing singles a lot and gets in those trench warfare volley exchanges.
And he's great at it. 30 love.
He and Jared Palmer are the two best in the biz at that game. Here it is, a little.
Blitzing 2 out of 3 points, or at least moving in. Now, the great thing about that in the matchup for Marco and George, they are very adept volleyers as well. Marco's an excellent volleyer. George isn't a natural volleyer, but he's become a great, form volleyer and a good technique volleyer, and he's not afraid to mix it up either.
Well, like you say, Johan and Mark will play the fast paddle game, and obviously Marco and George had an answer in Chicago. I didn't see that match, so I'm not sure what their tactics were.
It'll be like this. When they're going to be up there, they're going to play really good position at the net, Don't give them anything. Don't allow them a lot of blitzes. When they're in the backcourt, very long, patient points, spot offense.
40 love.
Great shot there. I think Johann's got to use that power ball in the middle some of the time for sure.
Well, he's good at framing the opponent. He'll flatten it out and come right up and in. I'll call that a la Roger Clemens. He's not afraid to do that. You got to be on your toes when you're playing him.
40-15. George and Marco, one of the most disciplined teams out there. They be patient as they can be to win a point.
And to that point, last night against Heath and Baxter in the quarters, they were out there a long time. And Marco in particular will lob until the cows come home, and he won't hit a ball he shouldn't, that's for sure.
Not too often. That's good spin overhead there. 40-30. Spun off his paddle, missed it.
Johann gets just a little more spin on than the average bear in this game.
Yeah, there's nothing average bear about Johann.
Although that forehand looked average.
It's just a bad choice. He's backing away and moving to his left. You're going to miss that. And even if you make that shot, George and Marco are right on the net, and they're going to volley behind him. And even with his quickness, I think it's just not a good choice.
Absolutely. True story.
I mean, but that's the deal. Johann and Mark are going to play the best shots in the game, but they'll also, make a occasional misstep in their creativity.
I've seen them, go outside of the template and drive a lot of balls that they shouldn't, but they're so good they get away with it a lot of the time. So it's sort of like negative reinforcement. Unforced error from George.
15 love.
You got to get rid of those early. Can't afford to make too many of those against this team. Look at that low cutter.
Good snowboard ball. Ball right on the line. Great touch lob there by Grangerio.
Great nick overhead. Johann's forehand is a little bit off right now.
He's feeling it out for sure, getting his range. That was just a little long.
Look how he lets Mark have the overhead in the middle. He's got the forehand in the middle, so he'll patrol with that, as I call the captain of the overheads. Great overhead from Johann, makes it die in the corner. Too tough for Marco to dig.
And Marco and George are two of the best diggers on the tour for sure. They can get almost anything. I look for Johann's overhead to definitely be a different maker. He has the ability to put it away for sure.
Return right on the line. Look at Mark's smart play. Doink, right in the corner.
Great shot. Hard right in there, stayed on the wire. Johann didn't even make an attempt.
No, it exploded. He was there. It exploded out there. I saw George hit 3 or 4 of those last night, Brad. Just tremendous, powerful shots into the crease.
All right, it's 40-30 now. First game point here for Randt and Parsons. George trying to mix it up with a dink on Randt. Not always the smartest thing. He probably should have lobbed that and taken off.
A lot of middle overheads out there, gang. You can see they work the middle. If they get in a little bit of trouble, up the middle solves the paddle riddle. Not many spin overheads yet. There's the first one. Here they go with the onslaught.
There it is, going at those nicks. That's actually one of the things that they perfected, hitting the ball at the nick. Parsons specifically hit more nicks than probably anybody.
He's amazing at that.
But a lot of teams have worked to take that away from them. Block the ball, get in front of it, make sure it doesn't go in there. Don't start chasing.
For those fans out there watching, watch the low contact points that Mark and Johan have. They let it drop, keep the trajectory down so it doesn't carry them off the greens too high.
Just feeling it out, waiting for an opportunity ball to either cut or slash, but it looks actually more like, you know, Johan oftentimes can have a little bit of a shot clock, but he looks like he's willing to play a little bit right now with these guys. If you get Johan to play at this pace, it inherently benefits you, because if it's slower and longer, it's just good for you. If you're not losing points in fast bunches, it's a good thing.
For sure. It's a great point, Brad. I will say in the look at
Great
that sneak
move.
attack.
And that's two
Here
great
we go.
moves from Marco. Anticipates the down overhead, comes in for the spike, and then blitz volley.
There's the best two-hander in the game. Wow.
He didn't thump it, though. He hit it about 3/4. George was right there. Oftentimes on the screen drive, you can't see your opponent, so you choose whether you're going to hit it hard or soft. Made the wrong choice there. George was right there. Put it away.
Deuce.
That's a loose volley. Wants that one back. First
Yes, he
break point
does.
of the match for Grangerio and Wilkinson.
Uncharacteristic for Mark. Marco and George have been working with Jerry Viant, and it's been paying dividends. Jerry also worked with Baxter and Heath and got them to their best finish in the national championship in the quarters. Look at the English on that ball from Johan.
Tough spin overhead.
There's a
the
nick. There's another nick.
Another one. Didn't get over that one, but he went for it. I like the effort. He just didn't make it. Deuce.
Great eye by Mark on that. Great volley. Notice Johan uses that backhand volley for the first volley. Best players in the world do it. So should you out there.
That's great spin overhead. Nice dig.
He's getting the spin to bite and take more than anyone I've seen in the tournament.
Oh, that's a good move.
There's
Great
the hands of God from Johan. A ho-hum half volley. Just tremendous. Look how Johan got out of the way, Brad.
George started to attack with the rollers. He's got a very good, very versatile roller.
Notice the switch from Johan and Mark in the backcourt.
They'll do that a lot to create different looks on the backcourt and to create different, you know, opportunities for offense for them. Make their opponents have to think about where these shots are. Great nick.
His second one of the match, Brad, and like I said, he was teeing that up last night very successfully too.
All right, second break point here now for Grangerio and Wilkinson. Good start.
Jammed him.
For it.
Great serve,
Surprised.
Johan. Big kick, too hot to handle from Marco. He'd like to have that one back.
All right, deuce point. I can't just feed that in. As good as they are, you can't just feed that in there to George's forehand.
That's meat for George and made Mark flip the volley.
Break point number 3. This time Marco goes with a lot.
I like that choice. He's 0 for 2, so put it up, put it in play. Remember my 2 rules out there, gang. Rule number 1, get it in play, serve and return. Rule number 2, keep it in play. It's that simple.
That's right. And if you forget rule number 2, remember rule number 1.
Rule number 3 we throw in occasionally is look good while doing it.
Oh.
But look at that
Great
dig. Little squash player possibly from Brazil. It's fun to try to figure out what you think the strategy is on both teams when they get in these longer points. What is their game plan? .38 degrees, partly overcast. Pretty darn perfect day for paddle, Brad.
It's a great day. No sun to deal with. this is the strategy right here for George and Marco. Lob well. Just keep them off the net. Don't give them too many spin overhead opportunities. Don't let the points get out of control. Take a spot offense. Change the pace of the offense when you can.
Well, I think the book on Johan and Mark is if you don't lob high and deep, you're going to be shaking hands pretty quickly. Like you say, if they're up there close taking those rollers and cutters, it keeps them off balance. Look at that shot.
That's good let cord. He got a little lucky off the top, but nice shot. All right, back to deuce. That was a 77 shot rally we get from our producer there.
Kent, Johnny on the spot.
Right
Thank
on
you.
It. All right, keep counting. Served it wide. Break point number 4.
All right, what's Marco going to do here? He's had a few good pitches to hit. He's lobbed a couple.
That's too good a serve. Good choice.
Jammy sandwich and in the fists. Notice Mark doesn't even flinch on that ball over his head. He knows his partner's got the overhead. 2 right-handers.
Parsons takes little to no overheads at this point. They do it the other way sometimes where Parsons back and hits hard balls at the nick, but if they're taking that away, and then Johan tries to pick up balls at the net. But right now, you got Johan hitting all the overheads.
And Johan and Mark are definitely doing their best to keep it off that right there. George's forehand. Now he's baiting them to try to get a ball coming all the way over.
There should be absolutely no fitness concern. All 4 players extremely fit.
Speaking of which, look at that bite on the screen. Johan has gone into the CrossFit program, so he's probably in as good a shape he's been in a while.
See Marco sliding up the side wire for a spike. That's a tough one.
There it is.
Great move by George. And a good blitz.
That's what they're looking for. Almost got the nick. George got a good pitch to hit. He
had it. He could have maybe gone for a more offensive volley there, but he didn't. Great play by Parsons. You see how he slid outside the net, almost well into the alley, almost outside the court because the ball was so wide. Great positioning play by Parsons. Deuce.
Marco got caught with a forehand volley there, too. If he sticks on that backhand, he might make that shot.
Much better chance.
And he knows that.
Marco's pretty good in the exchange and the blitz. He's good at it. Great hands, great volleyer. He's got the wrong technique on that one coming in.
Marco and George have been incrementally getting better year in, year out.
Went for the touch, little bunt low. If you're not going to follow it up with a blitz, I don't see the purpose in that shot. So
well,
now it's game point here for Randt.
He had Johan off the net, but I'm with you on that.
Oh, I like it if you're blitzing behind it, but if you're not, which he wasn't.
You watch these teams' economy of motion. They don't waste much energy out there, do they, Brad?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Unlike tennis, where you got a lot of footwork intensity, a lot of split steps, loading, exploding. Here, especially when you're at the net, you square up. You don't step into the volley. You just keep your body quiet.
A lot more balls to play out here, but a lot less court to cover. So you don't want to be lunging or getting in front of a ball, and there's no point in trying to lunge at a ball that's too far to reach. Your partner can get it, or you can get it off the back screen, so you got to keep an economy motion with pretty much every shot out here.
And that's a key point, maybe one of our tips of the day. If you're a lunger, you're in the wrong game. You got a partner, the court's small, don't jump in front of your opponent. It's 1-all. First set. Not an easy hold. Not an easy hold.
Nope. 4 break points.
Let's see if Johan can get his forehand going.
I went wide. Yep. Love 15, just top of the net and just squeaked wide.
Crowd starting to pile in.
Now, 3 of these players live 15 minutes from here. So you got a lot of hometown favorites. It's a great low screed shot, almost into the low crossbar. He missed it, couldn't handle it.
And then it hit the seam. So sports fans out there, there are those seams that if it does hit, it'll go a little crooked. Aim for them.
15 all.
Great hands, Johan. Look at his shift, how he moves in front of the ball. Scott Mansager has coined that planking. It's one of the best terms I've learned in the game. I use it all the time. You have to plank. There, look at the English, like a billiard ball. A lot of spin makes the ball do crazy things.
Oh, he's cutting across, though.
Boom,
That's a nick.
look at that, perfect.
Yeah, I didn't read that one. It's fun. From this angle, you could see that easy going right in there.
Well, it moved off the deck, little juke to the right, and we saw it coming, and we had a better angle than George.
15-30.
Look at that. He got on top of that. Great hands. Now they're out of corner. They switch back. Notice that out there, everybody. If you get it pulled off the net in the wrong corner, switch back. Pros do it. You should.
Oh, I like that little hold, little deception.
Mick Jagger practicing the art of deception. Very important out here, especially on the overheads, up close. You get everything out of the same motion on every shot, whether you're driving or overheading. You don't want to tip your hand. Nice shot, Mark. Oh.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I love Mark's footwork intensity.
Just it wide. 30 all. Went for the cutter there.
Richie Mayer says never miss an overhead.
Well, I think that's decent advice. How about just never miss anything?
You know, that's even better advice.
Right. Oh, we will see that from time to time. Marco's serve can go on the rails.
Is that right?
He's worked hard on making it better, but there is some spottiness with it. He can go into the fault tanks, lose a little confidence on it. We'll see if that becomes a factor.
Break point. First one of the match?
First one of the match.
For Johan and Mark.
For Johan and Mark. Yeah, that's his bread and butter right there. He really wants that one back.
He sort of decelled a little bit on that. Didn't let it go. Look at Johan's footwork. Pre-shot footwork, gang. Bam.
Hello. No. It was awfully wide, and he tried too sneaky a shot there. All right, break point now again.
The trick question on the test, Brad, is does the ball have to go over the net?
Does not. It can go around the net post.
And it happens more often in this sport than tennis by a lot.
Absolutely.
It's a fun shot to hit. That's why you hit your drop shots over the middle of the net, preferably than angle.
Oh, little miscommunication on who might be playing that. They both stared at the ball and then
did.
stared going back for it.
Hesitation.
They could have easily had that, but little hesitation.
Each thought the other was going.
Nice thunder by George there. Served just back. There's two faults.
To your point, Brad, he's struggling a little bit with his serve.
Tell you, George and Marco will stay positive throughout, though. They have become very good at being great partners to one another, trying to keep each other up.
And to your point,
there it is.
George went right back and consoled him, but to no avail. Faulted 3 out of the last 4. That won't get her done.
First break of the match. Randt and Parsons up 2-1.
I want to give a quick shout out to Ann Sheedy, the executive director of the APTA. She's been doing it for 9 years. Her fingerprints are on everything in this world of platform tennis. And although we have Mark Parsons, Mark Fischel, and Juan Araya as our tournament directors, done a great job here too. And Kevin, the host pro from South Africa, has done yeoman's work. So thanks to everybody for putting on a first-class event.
Yeah, Fairfield County is a great spot to have a national. We have so many courts within 15 minutes of each other. Probably the most almost anywhere. All right, Parsons to serve, up 2-1.
142 teams record.
That's a great return. A little hard, though, so Parsons easily takes it off the back screen and comes to net that way.
Good eye.
Okay, couple loose points now.
Marco's
got to settle.
Yeah, the X factor right now. Look at those happy feet by George.
Lucky to not get hit. Wow. Great hands. Not afraid to hit it hard. Marco standing in, and I actually think you got to hit it hard once in a while to make the guy respect that. So then when you go off pace, you know, he's not sure what you're doing.
I like it. I think Johan sometimes does a little too much of that, because he can make every shot with a nice controlled forehand, but every now and then he brings the hammer. Pre-game chit-chat with Johan. He said his wife didn't want him to doing too much of that, though.
Uh-huh.
She wanted him to be controlled and come home with a W.
Well, it's usually good when you do what your wife says.
Rule number 1, do what the wife says.
I thought that was keep it in play, Rod.
Rule number 2.
All right, 30-15.
Look at Johan get out of the way. He knows he's got lightning fast Mark to cover.
Spot drives.
You can watch that.
Oh,
Great
little late
overhead.
reaction there. I think he misread that.
Marco plays a little more off the net. George seems a little closer at times there. So as a striker of the drive, should you look and see who's further off the net before you hit it?
Should absolutely always hit it the guy further than net, unless you're going to frame the ball at the guy close. I mean, that's it. All right, 30 all.
There's your tip number 2 out there, gang. Drive to the person furthest off the net as a general rule.
Great volley by Johan.
It's hard work making it look that easy. There's an 80, 90 mile an hour bomb coming in your lap from 30 feet.
Right on the outside of the line. Great lob there by Marco.
Look at Captain Marco. He's the captain of the overheads. Wrong spot there. Got away with it. The big cat can pounce quickly. Love that lob.
Yep.
There they go. Denver Mile High.
And with the blitz, love the blitz and attack there. Marco shaking his head. They got to call out the blitz.
Exactly.
When the high lob goes up, the partner needs to have his eyes forward and call out the blitz at all times.
100% true, gang. Help your partner out.
40-30.
Look at that two-handed backhand off a brilliant return
Parsons
from
really
Marco.
isn't coming in. He's looking for the first ball. I think George needed to get out of the way. Instead he ducked, but they were still in the way. So there's the first break and hold. So it's 3-1 now for Randt and Parsons in the first set. So still smiles now from Grangerio and Wilkinson. That's good. It's good positive energy.
It's good,
still.
but Marco's got to take it up a notch right here. Get his confidence. Footwork of Johan. I love the pre-shot footwork.
Oh,
look
great
at that
touch
dig.
by George. Good get.
Tremendous. Mark pulled it off his shoe tops. Again, Johan would like to have that back. That's a ball you never want to miss. I think Rich Mayer also said, never miss a lob long, coach. Can't hit winners on them anyhow. Just make them hit it.
As has become the style much more now. You see players let the ball go through all the time. All the time. In the old days, people would volley the ball 90% of the time. Serve, come in, make the first volley, or try to. Nowadays, the returns have become so good, and the backcourt play so good. Let it go. Don't give them a free point on the return.
And my feeling on that is the Western grips have made the returns, you know, hammers. You know, Western grips favor a high bouncing ball. They get on top of it and just lower the boom. So to Brad's point, that is 100% true. There's no reason to try to volley a lot of these hammers. You just
Must have lost that in the sun.
That is the sun.
Just peeking out a little bit. You can see it brightening up out there. Yep.
15 all.
Well, set up like he was going to hit a hard one. Change the pace.
Art of deception. Very important in the high levels of sport.
It's smart. Let him run the rest of the way and hit it behind him. Holding on to your overhead.
Went for the nick, Johan did. Look at that heavy roller. Ball explodes off the screen.
Those are good shots to create movement. He's spinning the ball hard and deep, and George forced him to get out of the way and then chase it. And that one he couldn't get out of the way of. Great, great use of that shot. 15-30 now.
And that's the real killer, is when you get that roller hard into the body and it forces them to take them off the deck. Hard to do. 15-30. Look how clever.
Placement.
Look how clever. Great dig off Marco.
No. 30-all.
Again, if you watch Marco, that ball was glued on the side screen, Brad. He actually hit into the screen to get that thing over. That's how you play the balls that are glued on the side. You have to hit into the screen.
It's a good shot. You got to keep your edge forward so you can hook it back into the court too.
Exactly. Giving signals. Looks like he's serving up the middle.
It's a good serve.
Executed the game plan. Left hand knows what the right hand's going to do before he does it. Look at the volleys right up the gut.
Good cut overhead.
30-all. 3-1 Randt and Parsons. Semifinal action. National Platform Tennis Championship. There it is again. I love the Mile High Denver lob.
And then switch in the backcourt, which puts Johan's forehand on the outside.
Look at Johan up in no man's land.
That was a good dunk.
Really good.
Oh, misread. Great shots. Great shots. Well played. Good overhead attacks there. Love that. 40-30 now. Screen drive. Oh, got it right on the line. I thought it was going long.
Right on the tape.
Good cutter.
Switch back to their corners.
There's that shot. He's working hard into George's body.
I call that the El Matador move. George had to get out of the way of it and then catch it on the screen. It's hard to do. That's why those rollers are lethal.
That's a great pace.
Oh, you almost got what he's looking for, too. Great lob. I love the fact, Marco, no panic. Just start over. David Lee, of umpire, moves his head to get out of the way.
I tell you, it's been 3 or 4 balls pretty close to the chair there. I've never seen a ball hit the chair yet, but that would have been going in, but it's pretty darn close.
Buzz in the tower up there.
Exactly.
Again, Kent with some more timely material. Great hands.
That's it. Marco, great cutoff volley, anticipating the Parsons drive, moves in and puts it away.
That was the 5th 50-shot rally point. 3-2. Randt Parsons first set.
Good hold there. Good hold.
We got the other
great point at 30-all.
Yeah. The other semifinal is on the first court. La Pivera, Arroya, Palmer, Broderick.
Yeah, Broderick just spun one back into the net.
Ginsu volley. Very well done there.
Yeah, actually, Broderick's spins are underrated. People don't talk about them much. They talk about guys like Johan. They talk about guys like Uline. They talk about Juan Araya. But he has great spin overheads when he gets warm out, and he has great confidence in them. All right, Durant serving, up 3-2.
I'm with you on that. Drew has a lot of tools in the toolbox.
Missed it wide. Great move, though. He had him off the nets. Came in, got a high volley. Just missed it wide. Should have bodied him there,
yeah,
I think.
You know, that's the thing. You tend to go around that close person, and you miss more than you make because of that. Into the body. There's the shot.
Spinner. He's working. Got him.
30 love.
George tried to get out of the way. He just made a heck of a get there. Great spin cutter drop. 30 love.
Johan going out wide. He's maybe going for the nick.
Oh, good look by George. Would have had to let that go through. That was a great spot. Just not in the net, right?
Never. No, not net. My favorite Broadway play.
40
Again,
love.
I like the way Johan's changing his serving spots, just giving different looks.
Great shot.
Oh,
amazing dig.
Johan, silky smooth off that back screen. Looked a little squash-like.
He just sets his paddle down low, opens the face, and chases it down.
A little bit of wrist action in that shot.
That's great volley. Look at that. Economical volley by Marco. Perfect form.
Perfectos indeed.
That's the nick right there. Should have called help. They got to watch out for that. It was a tremendous shot. 40-15.
George's third supersonic nick.
There's a nick serve. But hands.
Now, Johan gets that in the continental grip, and it's hard for him to get any roll on that up there.
40-30. Great play off the nick by George there.
Unbelievable. Good patience from Marco. It's break point. You play a little smarter break point. You don't want to take unnecessary risks. Excuse me. 40-30 game. 4-2. Parsons Durant.
Now, Marco's service game is the blip in the set so far with 3 faults. We'll see how he responds in this one. That's good third panel smash. Make the team move wide.
Great volley.
That dink just hung up too long. It's got to get lower than the net. He came up and just put it away.
And Johan respecting the drop. He moves in, and he had perfect length on it, George did. Hit the snowboard.
15 love.
$30 love. So Brad, all the top 4 seeds in the semifinals?
Actually, Orion Libreville are the 5th seed, actually, here. Lubau and DeRose, they had a great match with them yesterday, but took them down in a good quarterfinal match up there. Lubau DeRose was the 4th seed. Wow. Thundered it in, couldn't handle the pace. Good technique, just too much.
Framed them.
30-15.
If you hit the ball that hard, you got to hit it in the body. They can't get out of the way. They have to deal with it.
That's so good by Marco. He really has a great volley. Probably, you know, Johan's, if you say Johan's the best, Marco's maybe number 2. He's got a great volley. There are other good volleys out there,
I got to throw Jared
too.
Palmer in there, too.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess we can make a list here. Yeah.
We certainly can. I mean, you got a couple Wimbledons under your belt.
Jared's got an amazing volley.
And Jared's unaffected by pace. You know, he's so used to seeing 130-mile-an-hour serves that this is slow motion for him.
All right, I withdraw my volley rankings.
Well, they're there.
No, you're right, though. You're right.
Filled the hole. Johan filled that middle hole. Definitely rolling the ball into George's corner is the
Oh, I
big
love
part
the
of it.
play. Love the play.
Swing and volley, trying to frame him.
Yep.
Johan got out of the way. He looks
40-30 now.
He does look svelter, I would say. Johan does. Looks like he's a little leaner than Chicago last year, so he's cross-fitted himself into shape.
Well, I think before he was in ridiculous shape. Now he's in ludicrous shape.
1% body fat. Sneak attack. Little stealth bomber move.
I like those moves for Mark. Oh, they get points with that.
I do too. And it's really fun to see it executed to perfection. They sneak in and execute and get the ball they're looking for. Wide.
Try to make it too good. Found a little hole there and tried to make it too good. Just missed it wide.
Deuce.
Back to deuce now. Yep.
Okay, going I formation, giving the sign. Uncharacteristic error from Mark off the screen.
And the two in the middle there. He had that one.
It was low. Great little volley, good pace, but he makes that 9 out of 10 times.
Absolutely. That's the shot.
Unbelievable shot.
He puts his left foot on, gets up high, thunders it downward. Funny story with that shot. He was doing an exhibition, and there were crowds all around the fences. And Parsons goes up and takes that, puts his foot on the fence, and there's literally a 70-year-old woman watching, and he actually kicks her through the fence. Oh,
he elevated off the fence before he hit it?
He put his left foot on the fence just like that, and she was there, and he accidentally kicked her.
Great shot from Johan. What a return of serve on the rise. Huge surprise.
All right, so we have the ad here.
That's the key to a good return, gang, is move forward, catch it early at the apex or before it. Get on top of the ball.
That's a great first volley. Excellent downward return. And a good blitz opportunity. He just hit too good a first volley. Johan couldn't convert. Deuce, that's a heck of a play by Marco Grangerio.
And I'll say, Johan will make that volley 9 out of 10 times himself. That's he'd like to have that back.
Too good. Great play by George. That's going to be one of the keys to the match. We're going to look for how well George and Marco volley, because he's thundering returns there. And in both cases, right back, and the points go to Grangerio and Wilkinson. So game point now for Grangerio.
And George did not budge off that net on both of those shots in point-blank range. Did it again, the best return in the game. Mark Parsons, now you got a break point.
Nice dig off the seam. Nick.
Mark's got the forehand in the middle. He'll play most of the overheads. Johan's got to keep it off George's forehand. There's another one.
Nice.
I'd say Johan gets away with that forehand volley more than anyone in the game. He uses the forehand. He's talented enough to do it, but those out there watching, commit to your backhand.
It makes it easy if you don't have to switch the hands around, that's for sure. They're not switching at the net. They're actually keeping this format. Oh, there we go.
There it is. Kent just gave me an update on the other semifinal. It's 4-all first set.
Yeah, I anticipate that being a good match. Great blitz there. Too bad. Good play.
Great play. Good blitz. And Johan again, some of the best hands ever. Stuffed it right back in Marco's lap.
All right, deuce.
He's got the signal.
Oh, such good touch. No! Maybe have a little too much fun on that one. He's smiling after he missed that. He did an inverted, inward angle drop shot, top of the net.
It's safe to say many people here have never seen that shot attempted before.
He's actually practicing. Look at him. He's going like this. He's laughing about it. All right, game point now for Grangerio. Such a great setup on that point.
Mark's been jumping on these returns.
Oh,
there's his first fault of this game. I was going to say something earlier. I didn't want to jinx Marco. He's rebounded nicely, Brad.
Yep.
Uh-oh. This is where he got in trouble last time.
Yep.
Late in the game, he had 3 faults out of 4 points and gave away.
2 back now, just dinking it in. Don't want to have to pressure him.
Yeah.
Smart,
exactly.
actually.
Absolutely brilliant, and for my money. Look, now they're into the point, taking a couple good cuts and trying to break the wall of Johan and Mark.
Oh, there it is, 5-2 now for Parsons to Randt, and just like you said, it was a good back and forth game, and then 2 faults are the determiner.
Over.
Right now, I'd have to say that's all it is. I mean, the difference in the match is 5 faults out of Marco, 2 breaks.
Couldn't be made any clearer than that, Brad. That's exactly right. Marco is struggling with the serve, and unfortunately, you only get 1 in this game. It's not tennis.
Nope.
I gotta give the shout out again to our military man, David, in Japan at a military base. He's watching both courts on 2 PCs and teaching the game to his fellow soldiers. So thanks for all you guys do for us, and thanks to David for promoting the game in Japan.
So while we're here, actually, Rod, do you have any picks on the finals and who's going to win out here?
Well, I'll tell you, I watched the quarters last night. After watching, I gave I thought Johan and Mark are hungry. They want to get another one. I called the Palmer match with Drew. I'm going to say Mark and Johan are going to get it. But again, Drew Broderick is as smart as they come out here.
He's a master tactician, really probably the best.
Exactly, and he has taken the Grand Slam tennis champion Jared and mentored him brilliantly, and he keeps getting better with every ball he hits. So they'll be tough to beat. Love 15. How about yourself, Brad? What are you thinking?
You know, I was calling Bromberg Palmer early, but I definitely think it's between the 2 of them, and I think this year they figured something out the last time they played him. Durant and Parsons did. So it's a pick 'em, you know. But I tell you right now, it's a good close match over there with Orion Le Pavere. They certainly have the talent. You know, it's just a question if you can stay in there, be disciplined enough to beat Broderick and Palmer over there for Orion Le Pavere.
And
it looks like there's some good points.
Marco finds his serve. I mean, this is doable for them.
They beat him in Chicago.
I go back to if Johan can stay disciplined and not get too impatient and trying to create too many super sizzle shots, I give them the edge. But, you know, sort of like Uline back in his heyday. If he got bored with long points, he just started trying to do crazy things. And a lot of it worked. But
can't sustain that, though.
It's tough against players at the highest level in the world. And these are the best players in the world, gang. I think they should call this the World Championships moving forward, because how many players do we have from foreign countries?
Oh, it's like the UN out there. George from England, Marco from Brazil. You know, Parsons is actually Canadian.
That's right.
And then you got Durant, who is South African. So
I'm calling this the world's moving forward. Sounds better.
Great drop. Great touch.
You got to have a drop shot in your bag of tricks, gang, out there. If you don't have it, they can play deep. Just try to cover your dunk.
Nice, great start. Love 30 in this game. So you can get that break back. Oh,
look at that.
Johan will hang. He'll do that. He'll stand on the service line and he'll be in or out very quickly. George didn't recognize it there. Should have hit the overhead down and hard. He kind of floated. Johan just picked it off.
And again, no communication. Helps to know.
Oh, good move.
Marco.
Nice touch volley. Keep it low enough. All right, double break point now, 15-40.
Great pressure from Marco. Little sneak attack.
Johan does that to people. People get nervous about him moving left and right, so they overhit or they underhit, and he tried to body him there, but Johan's moving out of the way.
Exactly.
Oh, deuce. Two quickies right back.
Again,
that's the pressure he puts at the net, Johan.
Right now, Marco in the big points is not delivered. I go back to right there. What was Johan trying to do?
He's trying to hit him.
Trying to hit him instead of feeding. So that's what his wife was referencing. Remante.
That's great volley.
Here comes Mark. Just lollygags his way up.
Yeah, he doesn't serve and volley much. He serves, and if he can get the first ball to drive and come in, then he will. Otherwise, content to stay back. One of the best backcourt drives in the game, so off either side.
Yeah, I mean, you got the big cat up at the net and him in the back. It's kind of an interesting, deadly formation, actually. Look how deep Mark is. He's the captain of the overhead.
Oh, he got baited in. He missed it just wide. All right.
Deuce.
Deuce.
Johan gives a signal, confirms it verbally. That's important out there, gang, for those that are using
great
signals.
volley.
Make sure you confirm it. And make sure your opponent's friends aren't behind you, that they can signal back to their friends. Look how far Johan came over. Again.
Missed it wide.
Nice little probing forehand by George.
Just kept it low while Johan was off the net.
Took the obvious. Johan's way over covering, so he's exposing his side of the court.
All right, break point again. Missed it wide.
Again, I go back to Marco's got to elevate his game on the big ones, Brad.
I mean, he's standing out of bounds on that one. I mean, towards his feet maybe, but not there.
Look at Johan. He's not even budging. See that, gang? It's very clear. So many times you get two dogs going after the same bone.
Oh, in this formation, they use multiple formations, Parsons and Randt. So in this formation, you got Johan there trying to pick off the ball. Any drive ball, he's going to pick it off. And you got Mark almost baiting them with basic overheads. Look,
just
nothing.
A big ball.
That's a big
nothing.
ball, but just kind of just watch it. Just there it is.
Middle hole.
And if they try to drive, you're going to see Johan pick it off.
Back to the middle. There it is. I mean, you can't fluff that over there with the big cat.
That was
Doink.
just a probe.
Back at him.
I like this. They're creating some good movement back there in the backcourt team. Good patience there by George.
Boom. Oh.
Thought he might take the spike.
Me too. Oh, this is good.
That he's going to take.
Oh,
what
my
a get.
gosh, this razzle dazzle.
There's the hit, but out. Nice point. Great point.
Tremendous. Again, I think even a non-rackets person would like to watch this.
That was great. All right, break point number 3 now. Grangerio and Wilkinson have plenty of break points.
Again on Marco's paddle.
That's good.
They always keep somebody at the net, don't they, Brad? Johan and Mark. You never see both players going back.
That's a good shot by George. Little fist pump. All right, got one break back. It's 5-3 now.
Great drive by George Wilkinson.
Yeah, and you notice he can hit that with a continental, which he did there, or he can turn it over to his western grip and roll it. That one he just took a continental, hit it flat and down, ball tired.
Smoothed it out. He didn't apply a huge amount of racket speed like he does with the western grip. Look at that shot.
That's great. Nice dig there by Parsons.
Great lob. Should get some offense out of it.
See, 2 or 3 of people trying to go for that wide drive there. They're just missing it wide. They think there's a spot there, but
well, there's a spot there. It's about 3 inches
I
wide.
guess you got to make it that good, right?
You do.
That's why we're seeing the misses. All right, 15 love.
You got to hit the eye of a gnat, as they say.
That's great close.
George has got the answer at the net.
You know, such great positioning, moving it at the right times, closing it. Look at him get close there, right? Not let the ball.
Right on it.
30 love. This is good. It's good energy now from Wilkinson and Grangerio. That's great.
Again, the confirmation of the signal. Always confirm it. Through the wickets.
Love how he lets that drop. Zorro attacking cut overhead.
Lob in the green, drive in the blue, gang. Even the best players in the world do it. Johan feels that middle hole.
That's a good shot. George is starting to read that one well. Move up the line.
Great volley from Johan. Flip the forehand. Most players will use a backhand there, but
no.
See, that's again the I can't take it no more shot. Finally, you get into those 40-shot rallies. He tries something a little extra sizzly.
All right, 40 love. This is really good momentum now for Grangerio Wilkinson.
I mean, if you look at Johan, the ball's lob, look where he stands. You'd never tell anybody to stand up in the court when the lob goes up. Unless it's a super deep lob, you'd have them back up, play the screens. And see, he does a lot of that, so they get it at his feet, and he's capable of coming up with amazing gets, but...
Yeah, that's a loose error. That didn't have to be that way. Yeah, but, you know, as people have said, sometimes there's a bit of a shot clock. He wants to make something happen out there, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. There was a case where, yeah, you could dig deep and try to fight your way back, or maybe at 40 love you say, I'll go for a shot, and maybe hit a perfect lob. And they're still serving for the set, but I tell you, that's really good positive things happening for Grangerio Wilkinson there. You know, from 5-2 down, they're right back in the mix.
And you take away Marco's faults, the set could be over the other side.
Sure.
It's that fundamentally simple. So Marco hopes he gets another chance to serve this set and can get his serve back and get his confidence.
Now let's see here. Actually, there's definitely a momentum shift out there. So this is going to be, I think, a really good high-energy game from Grangerio Wilkinson. See if they can keep the momentum going and get another break back. Otherwise, first set will go to Randt and Parsons.
Johan serving for the first set. And a berth into the finale. Whoever wins this gets down to the final 2 out of 142 teams. Great rip.
Great thunder rip by George. Love it. Ooh.
Again, very patient ball here.
They're getting a good rhythm at the net, though, George and Marco. This is what happened in Chicago. They started volleying really well, getting their overheads in the right spots.
Look at the shifting together. For those out there watching, they're always moving like a pair of windshield wipers. See the shift? Marco coming over.
Great close by George. Oh, such a good setup. Went for it, missed it.
Went for the drop. 15 love.
Great lob. Spins it back. He's got that one. Nice. That's a, you know, they're serving for the set. He brings it out. If there's a ball to do it on, it's that one, though. 15-0. Great shot by George.
Full Ginsu volley. Pulled it right back into the net on the other side. Great.
That's good serve.
Mixed serve. George and Marco definitely like the slower play. Taking the air out of the ball. That's good tactics for them. Trying to make Johan get impatient. Captain Mark, he's got the forehand in the middle. He'll play 90% of these overheads. Sneaky forehand from Marco, just keeping them honest.
Nick.
Great lob from George. Like to see them get those lobs a little higher off the screens. Johan hits a lot of overheads to George's forehand.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking the same thing. There are a lot. I guess he's not worried about it. I mean, George has a great forehand, but I think he just thinks his volleys are better, and maybe he's baiting him a little bit.
If I had Johan's volleys, I probably would hit it there too. It wouldn't matter.
Yeah, maybe he wants him hitting it, you know, just to create the action.
We're at an hour and 4 minutes into this first set. We've had 10 50-shot rallies coming from our statistician Kent out of St. Louis, Missouri.
30-15.
Big St. Louis Blues fan. Want to shout out to Anna, Joe, and Denny back in St. Louis. Two points away from the first set, Johan and Mark are. Mark took that ball. Look at him. Just duck. Get his head out of the way so Johan's got a clear choice anywhere he wants to go.
Either duck or move right.
What requires least energy?
There's the hit ball.
Marco and George staying extremely patient.
They will. Very disciplined. Nice blitz. Oh, great touch there. All right, 2 set points now for Randt and Parsons. It's 40-15. Wasn't a bad move. Just missed the volley. 40-30.
Is that Johan's first, possibly? First
I
fault?
missed one before.
Second fault of the match.
Return and play. I thought he thought he might hit it hard too. He's getting ready to run.
Johan's gone into a softer mode here this game. He seems to be just content with playing longer points.
You might have to play a few. I mean, it's paddle. It's not that easy to put it away, and they're patient.
Up to our 11th 50 ball rally of the match. Excuse me, 12th.
That's good. Let it circle around him.
Definitely a kinder, I don't know about kinder, gentler Johan right now. He's dialed it down a little bit. Look at that.
Maybe if he can prove he can play some of these long points, they'll be less. Nice little sneaky shot by Marco. He's got that, but Johan too quick and up to the task. Parsons going to play that. We're going to play the forehand. Nope. They're going to lob this one. Here's a cutter opportunity. He's going to take it. There it is. They hit the weak lob, and that was it. All right, game in first set there to Randt and Parsons, 6-4.
We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll be back for the second set shortly. I just got this.
Paddle's hottest website, paddleplayer.com, has helped revolutionize the sport. Pro video, leagues, tournaments, merchandise, and now state-of-the-art rackets. Visit paddleplayer.com today, Paddle's bright star.
Welcome back to the APTA National Championships, live from the country club of Darien in Darien, Connecticut, on the APTA network, presented by eNet Live. I'm Brad Easterbrook, back again here with Rod Workman, and that's the end of our first set here in the men's semifinals here at the National Championships. So what do you think, Rod?
I think, unfortunately, 5 faults for Marco at crucial times during his service games was the difference in the set. Otherwise, they played him pretty much spot on level.
Yeah, they had about 7 break points, and the pace seemed to be what they wanted it to be. They had some opportunities, and just weren't able to, close them off.
Exactly. Yeah, I think again Marco would like to have those serves back. Maybe he's a little nervous. All I know, they've come a long way under the tutelage of Jerry Viant, and here they are in their first semifinals of the Nationals.
Absolutely. So, I mean, but they didn't look nervous, and actually they collected some good energy there, I think, in the middle of that second set. They were 2 breaks down, they got 1 back, got to 5-4, and I think they're looking positive coming back in, and it's the pace they want to play, so those are all positive things. Now they just got to execute. I mean, you got to put the serve in the box, you got to take your break points, play them well,
They're in it. The X factor is going to be Marco. George is playing rock solid, bringing the hammer forehand. And if Marco can play the big points stronger, I think we got ourselves a potential 3rd set match.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, and Marco just playing here was going to be some question. He had that torn calf muscle. And, George played tournament and some other things. He wasn't sure if he had a partner for this one. So it's pretty good that Marco's just back out here competing, but definitely playing less than all the other competitors, coming into this national championships. He didn't even play the President's Cup because he didn't want to stress out the calf. So this is really his first thing back.
Well, it's good that he didn't play the Pres Cup. You got to try to stay as fully gassed as you can, especially when you're nursing an injury. And my first question to all these top players is, how's your body? They play a lot, they teach a lot of them are teachers.
All right, so we're getting ready to go underway here. George Wilkinson to start the second set.
Very important for George and Marco to get off to a good start.
First ball was out there.
Overcooked forehand from Johan.
Love the sound it makes, though.
Pop, bap. I mean, that's a thumper, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. 15 love. Just mixing it up. Just trusting in his hands. He didn't even hit a great approach. Just chipped it down and said, I'm coming.
Best blitzer in the game.
Oh, incredible volleys. Incredible quickness.
Could be Co. Jared Palmer's breathing down his neck on that title.
Jared do as much blitzing, though. But, I mean, certainly as a volleyer, he's ridiculous.
Look at this. El Matador moves, getting out of the way. There's the rope.
Love that.
Best 2-hander in the game. Yeah, I like it when Johan gets over the ball. Sometimes he flattens out, but
great spot there by Parsons. Look at George closing that net. He's playing rock solid. As always, quick jinx.
You did it.
He's playing rock solid. Boink.
There it goes.
All right, volleyed it out.
15-30. Signaling to George. They got the play called. Best 2-hander return in the game, probably of all time at this juncture in history.
Oh, his 2-hander's amazing. There's some more great 2-handers out there. Casey Watt, new player out there with tremendous 2-hander. David Caldwell had a great 2-hander as well.
Yes, he did. I'm biased towards Drew Eberly, one of my old students.
Great, yeah.
He had a great deuce, but I give the return of serve 2-hander return to this guy. Once the ball's in play, all those aforementioned are right there. But I break footwork down into 3 categories. Great. Oh, my gosh.
So well done. Well, that's the trick. If you're moving one direction, you volley cross court. You create angles and open up the positioning at the net. And Parsons exploited it.
He sure did. 15-40.
But the problem is the pressure from, if he volleys down the line, he's worried that Johan's coming in and blitzing.
Exactly.
So he puts it across court away from him.
Pre-shot footwork, during the shot footwork, post-shot footwork. I break it down into 3 levels. Watch Johan here, gang. Pre-shot footwork, bouncing, a little swaying, and split step. Look at that, trench warfare. Great overhead.
Such a good overhead
He's
by
there.
George. Oh! Catches the nick. But I tell you, that is quintessential Parsons Durant point there. So great.
Well, the big cat ate there. I'm telling you, he hit some amazing screenshots. That one that George hit, he just knifed that overhead. Came about 6 inches off the ground. Johan makes it, and then gets up there and stuffs the ball into the crease.
Now, that's the thing. The faster the points go, I always think it's going to benefit Durant's Parsons. I don't think that's the way they're going to win. I'm mixing it up more that way. But, I mean, George had some good looks, and that's, he just quick gets it up, and then he's in blitzing. And
well, Johan was Houdini there. I don't know how he got out of that predicament that George had put him in, but not only did he get out of it, he came out with a winner.
All right, 1-love. First break in the second set here. Parsons starting
Great
off
lob.
with staying sides.
Again, deep lobs create offensive opportunities. There's the two-hander.
Great spot.
Look at Johan mixing it up. You got to like that. He could have pulled the trigger on that, but
Even guessing.
yeah, exactly.
Went for the high roller, got it too high, floated it out. 15-love.
Yeah.
I love 15, sorry.
You wonder if his grip's over far enough when he hit that. Sometimes he's in that continental and he goes to the little bit of eastern.
All right, they're going to do Johan up front, looking to cut off volleys, and that's the danger. If you hit the roller and don't drive it, he just cuts it off, stuffs it behind him.
Well, George steps around like he should, but anyone other than Johan maybe can get away with that. But he's exposed his corner.
15
Johan
all.
Capitalizes. Look how they keep the pressure on George. Once you get somebody scrambling and hustling and bustling, don't let them up for air. Now they're going into some slow play, up the middle. Patience. Waiting to create something.
Sun's out now. We'll see if that's a factor, but I don't think it's too bad of an angle for the players.
We definitely saw some issues yesterday with left-handers.
That was later in the day, though.
True.
Oh, great volley there. Parsons taking aim at the nick. There
Doink.
it is.
There's the doink. Again, right back to the middle. Fill the middle hole. Pinch them. Try to divide and conquer. Umpire David Lee got his nose out of the way there. Now you got to be thinking, what are Marco and George thinking? How are we going to win points? Are we just going to bore them? I mean, I think that's how you get Johan a little bit. I think you got to bore him.
I don't disagree. There is a level where if you try to match him athletic shot for athletic shot, you're going to come out on the losing end. So there is a part of that that's out there. And you got to not get caught up, because I have to say it's fun to play the way Johan and Mark play. Fast, loose, move the ball, attacking.
Off the plank.
Great overhead.
The screens are 12 feet high, gang, and that overhead waterfall hit the top plank and exploded off through Marco's timing off of here.
So 11 feet 9 inches then.
To be exact. Look at that. Look at that deuce. Just so pretty. I mean, like,
Yeah, he's so good at that transitional ball off the screen that he doesn't bother playing first volleys. He actually lets you hit it and transitions it through the screens.
Look at them. I mean, they're just taking dead aim at the Knicks. One after the other after the other. It's the law of averages.
30-15.
Going to some slow rolls. Filling the middle holes.
See him blocking these balls, not letting them go in there all the time unless they're sure it's not hitting the nick. Good positioning by Johan. See how he moved outside the alley there, because when the ball goes that wide, the opponent has the opportunity to hit the ball outside the lines and keep it in when it's finally there. So you got to really position yourself. 40-15. Game point for a 2-love lead. Oh, good spot. Couldn't get out of the way. I think he thinks it might have been going long, but
he framed him. Couldn't get out of the way. Took it up and in with the Roger Clemens high cheese.
40-30. Goes hard at Johan there. Nice play. Good low ball to the net. Deuce.
Johan didn't quite get low enough. Back to deuce.
That's great.
This would be a huge break right back. Again, we've had 12 50-shot rallies in this match already. We're an hour and 23 minutes in. And again, their 40-15 lead
volley
is now at out. Break point.
Break point. This is big.
Huge. Look at George. Patience. Not going to force anything. Look at Marco all the way outside, giving Johan a clear shot to the. Great lobbing.
Oh. You know, that should have been a help call, and it should have been George's all the way. And in fact, he had it, but because there was no help call, it's confusion. Marco went for it. They both went for it. That was an opportunity. Now it's deuce.
Those are the toughest nicks, those ones that come out 45 degrees.
Oh, great volley by Marco. That's the reach volley that he should probably let go through and let Mark Parsons play that one.
It's so tempting, though, because he's got both George and Marco up. He knows if he can stick it down, it's over.
Oh, he went for the body on a low ball. The percentages are not that good there. I think maybe lob volley and retreat.
Yep, lob and retreat all day there. I mean, it's although it is his ad, he's trying to get a quick point.
George, good job reading those returns, hitting the right pace. Just long. Close. There's a little question there. They're asking the umpire.
Yeah, that was tight. Official David Lee concurs.
Break point again. This is the third break point. They've had about 10 break points. Only have got the one break.
They're about 1 for 10, you say?
I don't have the exact stats, but that's what I'm saying.
I believe you.
Ooh, he almost caught him moving into it.
Almost walked into it, exactly. I love the way they transition. They go from fast play to slow play, waiting for the right time to pick up the tempo. There it is. There it is.
Oh, I think he thought it was coming off the side. He misplayed that one a little bit. Nice shot. Tough. All right, back to deuce. Oh, missed that one long. Another break point. That's a great shot. Sit long, the break back, well done. All right.
1-all.
That was a big game, I think, for Grangerio Wilkinson to get that break back there.
It's a monster game. They're down 15-40.
Yep.
Want to go down 2-zip and a set. That's starting to dig a little hole. But new lease on life.
Oh, that's got to give them tons of energy.
They're talking, huddling up, supporting each other, good times in and bad.
All right, see if Mark can get his first hold here.
Huge game. He's just got to get through this clean on from the serving.
You see there, they decided with just a soft in the box serve and the stay back strategy versus trying to serve and volley.
I like it. I mean,
well, if he doesn't have to think about getting the serve in and making the first volley, then he can just be comfortable, just put it in the box, play from the backcourt. Another long point.
Little fake there by George. Did it again. Keeping the pressure on George.
Oh, just tried to change it up. It's good to get that first point underway, 15-love.
Okay, this time they're going up. Looks like he might have a little bit of a poach on.
Good serve,
Yep.
Great poach. Nice. Good call there, Rod.
Well, I thought I had their signals correct. Look at Johan.
I like how Johan does it. He steps in like he's going to hit a drive, and then he lobs it up.
Great hands.
So good.
George is.
So good.
Oh my God! Double matador. I've never seen a double. Here, he's there. He's there.
That's great.
Oh!
That's a great point.
I have never seen a double El Matador where both players have to suck their stomachs in to not get pegged.
That was a great point. It's like the Matrix.
Matrix all day. Well
that was
called.
Fun.
15-all.
You know, when the action gets fast, you see that's when they pull out the hard over to keep the action fast. That was great. 15-all.
Okay, he's staying. Great volley and a great reach from Johan. There's the best two-hander in the game.
Yep.
It's Powell driving that forehand. Great choice from Johan, driving the further player off the net. Marco neutralizes that overhead. Great lobbing here.
Good lob. Oh, what a spot overhead that was.
You can't teach that, Brad. You can't teach that shot there.
It's perfect.
Just dead perfect.
30-15. Great clutch overhead by George there.
He let it drop down to about ear level and pushed it right into that nick.
Yeah.
Great overhead. That creates.
Yeah, he uses a third wire smash with a roller. He's one of the only guys who does that. Great bail there by George and Marco. No percentage staying in when he's got a high volley.
These guys have a high paddle IQ. Getting higher all the time.
Oh,
look at that
spin. Smart. Nice. He's going to speed it up again. Oh! Such a great play. Those fast points, though, but you notice Parsons Durant won both of them.
And I think their percentage will stay up there high as we get to 30-all. Marco trying to hold serve for the first time in the match.
That's good sportsmanship. He gives them the hand claps on a great point. Well played.
George is going to stay, maybe move a little right after this.
Just did. He wants that one back. He had a good look at that forehand, just overcooked it. 40-30, game point now for Marco.
Great volley from Mark. Stuffed it right back in George's corner. Working that middle a little bit.
A hold right now would be such a good lift for Grangerio Wilkinson, taking a lead in the set and getting that first monkey off your back, the hold.
It would be huge. For every 10 overheads that Johan and Mark hit, 9.5 are going into George's corner. That's a good roller.
Why do you think that is, Rod?
You know, because I think Marco lobs a little better probably, and maybe creates a little better offense for the team coming out of the high lobs. I don't truly know, though. I'd love to ask him what the reason is.
I tend to actually think it might be the opposite in the sense, like, I think they think George is going to hit the ball more. But I'm not sure.
They're going to force some errors out of them on the drives.
Yeah, or just force the action to move.
Great volley from Marco. Again, who's going to be the point ender here is the question. We're into another 50-shot rally.
Oh, great move.
Good
Nice
teamwork.
Cover. Notice all the top teams are very good at that, looking for the wide ball, and then the partner covers if they get it behind you. That's
Great drive, right on the line. Ball went for the doink. It's going up. Yeah, you know where that's going.
Good cutter.
Look at him read the spin. He knew that the spin was going to kick to Marco. Look at that. He doesn't even
so
move.
Seamless.
Doesn't even move. He reads the spin and knows that ball's going to end up moving towards Marco. Captain Johan is going to. Great overhead. Sneaky
Nice spot.
Sneaky from Marco.
He's got that great sneaky drive. Hard, soft.
Keep trying to lob it over Mark's head and get Johan out of position. Good call.
Good call of help. That's good roller. Good pace change roller. They're working hard and soft, hard and soft. Constantly different looks.
The longer the point, the more important it is to win these. Breaks the spirit of the opponent a little bit. Look at Marco throwing it over to Mark's corner, trying to get Mark to hit an overhead. Mark's actually glued on the side screen. Look at his right foot in the green. Tilt outside. I think the key is right here is for Johan to stay patient, not to try to go supersized.
Look at that. It's almost a little dinky drive there.
Little cap gun.
Interesting.
You know, he's staying disciplined. Johann's staying disciplined. He knows it's a big point too. This is that boring mode that I said Marco and George may go into, try to bore Johann.
Well, it's such a crucial point.
We're over 100 easily.
Blitz by Marco.
There's the blitz.
Oh, and there it is, the first hold and the lead. 2 games to 1 in the second set here from Grangerio and Wilkinson. That was big.
Huge.
Big.
Super huge. Again, they just took the air out of the ball, lob deep, get a loose one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a hard shot. It's just a hard shot after 150 shots.
Exactly. That's those. Yesterday you were referencing those body blows, just low down into the body, and eventually drop the hands and get hit in the forehead.
But those are the points that are going to wear on Randt and Parsons, and then if they get one of those, they actually can go into a mode of making 2-3 errors then, you know, and then that's when you're in the match.
Well, this is going to be interesting to see how they respond in terms of, will they come out guns blazing and try to up the ante on the offense and play fast paddle, or are they going to be content with what just happened in that final point?
I don't know if they're ever content with what just happened in that final point, but you know, that's going to be the bread and butter for Grangerio Wilkinson.
Longer the point, I like their chances because they'll pitch the tent. Hour and 38 minutes. 1-2.
Service long, love 15. Two in a row. This is what we talked about. You play those long ones, you lose it. Oh, I get frustrated. Love 30. Love 40. How quick is that? 2 faults and a let cord. That's what Grangerio and Wilkinson are counting on.
All right, now they got to bear down and finish, because championship teams are very good when they get down in a hole.
Now you see he's actually ramping it up, hitting hard serves this game. Versus before, remember we were serving before, he was just putting the serves in the box. Now he's hitting more cut overheads. He's trying to end more. That's for sure.
Well, I think he will. I think he gets back to the corner. I think he's going to come out smoking hot.
George camping in the middle. Good spin overhead.
Marco just sends it right back up. Good patience. Very impressed with George. He's played very patient. He's hit the balls he should hit.
Oh, absolutely. George has become one of the best players in the country for sure. He's rock solid in all ways. He's got offense. He volleys great. He's quick. He's fit. Smart about his shot generally.
There's the peg overhead. Got a piece of him. 1540.
1540.
Good move by George.
That's actually smart. You see Johann's up there to serve again. He's making him wait a half second.
Exactly.
He's getting impatient. 30-40. Oh, they don't want to let this get away though, because he gifted him 2 serves and they got a let cord. It's a big point here. That's a good ball to look. Nice shot. Nobody in, just had to put it over. Missed it a little long. All right, there's the break. 3-1 now.
That's what Marco and George are hoping, just some loose errors in terms of just boring them.
Oh, I think that's 100% related to that last game and that last 150 ball point that they lost. Yeah. So now you see he's breaking out the hard overheads at him, and he's trying to end things, and he did. He ended it over the fence there. Maybe he's just getting out some frustration.
Well, I've seen him go into this mode before. When he gets a little frustrated, he goes bigger, and sometimes that doesn't work to his advantage. So he's got to play through it.
It doesn't. The only thing it does sometimes work to its advantage is that some people get bought up. You know, they buy into it and they start doing it a little bigger too. So what happened there?
Is that a footfall?
Footfall call.
I believe that's
15 all.
15 all. Not quite sure what happened.
Oh wow, the extendo arm. It's incredible that get.
Gumby. Yeah, that was incredible.
Oh, you do not want to leave that short there. Marco just jumping out of the way.
You could see the frustration in Johan's eyes. He turned and looked right at us with his eyes closed. He's very upset with himself. 30-15.
That's a great down return.
Great lob. That was right on the line.
Great
from
volley.
George. Great volley. Again, those high lobs create offense. That lob's a little shorter. He's not going to get offense opportunities from that.
Wow. Nice touch volley on the first one. Tried a second deft volley. Couldn't quite make it.
40-15.
40-15 for a 4-1 lead now.
Johan still got his energy level up.
Oh, he's always got that. He's always bouncing. That's for sure.
Gotta love that out there.
Yes, he's doing the hard overheads. He wants to mix it up. Called out, just wide, and confirmed by the umpire. So 40-30.
Really?
Yep. Hard for me to see it. To me, I wasn't sure. I had the little pole here in my way. You thought that was good there, Rod?
I thought it probably was good.
Okay.
I'd have to ask Kent to re-roll
Called out
the
and
film.
confirmed. For the nick, there's the one. What a great shot by Marco.
Just stuffed it right in Johan's lap, and he's there with a forehand volley.
Yeah, nonplussed. Not even bothered.
I know. Yeah, I'm kind of astounded at that line call. But
confirmed by the chair, though, so we have the umpire, David Lee, in the chair, saw it out as well.
No, George wanted it. Marco took it.
It's good to overcall versus undercall. Make sure you know who's got it.
Great point.
The worst thing you could ever do is have both of you not call it and then not go for it.
You don't want it to sound like a library out there. I think Johan and Mark are getting a little quiet.
Oh, good.
Patience by George.
Yeah, he's not biting. He's waiting for the one he wants.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of balls that are marginal, meaning he could hit him, but he's waiting. He's waiting.
Waiting for the perfect one to fall right in his lap where he's got good balance, good court position with the right height ball. Good choice on that overhead from Mark.
Yeah, George loves to do that. He throws up the lob, then he starts running there hoping you're trying to get it by him. And you really can't. He'll catch up to it and thump it.
These long points have been favoring Marco and George.
They've got to keep discipline and keep playing on this. This is how they're going to turn this match around. That's a great shot.
Just tremendous.
Even the discipline to lob that, pretty impressive.
Marco's sneaky little backhand.
Spin overhead. Good lob.
Again, more patience shown by George. They're both off the net, which is rare for Johan and Mark, and he didn't like that one.
Yeah, went to his backhand. He really doesn't hit his backhand that much.
There we go. Little sneaky one.
No. Well, there's one we haven't seen too many times on the 50, 60, 70, 80 ball rally where they just lob it long. They've been very good about that. That's helpful right there. We're deuce all of a sudden.
Back to deuce.
That was big.
Johan needs to get this return in play, Brad. Good. There he got it. Now. Great communication. The air traffic.
Lob errors.
Yep.
Now that's the one thing they can't afford. They're going to play those long points. Can't afford the lob errors. All right, here we go. Break point. Such a good volley.
Right on the tape.
Yeah, that was a big time first volley.
Nice roller there.
That is exceptional roller right there. Perfect use of pace in holding the ball.
Well, it's most players overcook that shot. They hit it too hard. They just can't dial it down enough like George did there to side screen. Done.
He played a perfect point then. It was a great return by Parsons. Amazing volley on the line and a perfect roller. Well played. That's how you win it. You get a national championship done right there.
Better believe it. Back to deuce. Just a lot of you are wondering, why is Mark just staying back and take him so long to get to the net? Shouldn't he be getting up there faster? Well, this is how they do it. And Johan plays singles basically up there.
All right.
All Mark is doing is playing cleanup. Break point.
Point again. All right, that's another huge point. See if Johan blitzes here.
Nope.
Ooh, netted that one, just backing away from it a little. So we got a score from the other semifinal, which is a great match over there. Broderick and Palmer won the first set, but Max and Juan are up 5-2 in the second set. So some good action over there. We might be heading to a third. All right, deuce here. Return long, 2 forehand errors there. Randt. Now it's a game point for a 4-1 lead for Wilkinson.
Johan's becoming the streak. Good streaks, wrong way streaks. He's Mark has generally become a non-factor. So I mean, he's still doing that all day, but Johan is the one determining the outcome of the points.
It's Good roller right on the line.
Great shot.
That's a great roller. Now you got caught moving inward there. I think he should have held back a little. Played more defense there, but there's a heck of an angle there by Parsons. All right, deuce.
Marathon game, Brad.
Oh, yeah. Important game.
These are the ones you want to win.
You know, a lot of this stuff here, like the willpower to be as disciplined, you know, it's, you know, George and Marco are very tough. And when you get down, like the 4-1, you just missed it wide, then you realize you're going to have to play another, you know, 1,000 balls to get back even. It actually is kind of daunting.
For sure.
And the long, so missed errant overhead, then an errant return to serve, and there's a game that almost got away on both sides. You had Grangerio Wilkinson up 40-15, then it got back to deuce, but they managed to get hold, and a lot of these matches are determined in those little balance points right there. So it's 4-1 now for Grangerio Wilkinson in the second set. We'll see if they fight to get this thing back to even, or if they go for their shots. It'll be interesting to see how they're going to respond now.
Well, I don't see Johan going into passive mode. If anything, when he gets behind, I think he gets more aggressive, and that can work, and that can also...
Right. I mean, it's going to go faster, though, one way or the other. Right.
Either way.
That's really what I mean. Are they going to sit out here and try to come back by playing, you know, 100-ball points, you know, or are they going to just go for it and see if they can get back in by shot making?
Hour and 54 minutes. We're not finished the second set.
Yeah, neither matches. Oh, what a shot there by Parsons. Great leave and just great recovery. Off balance there by Marco. Got caught up in going too fast again. You don't want to go too fast.
15 love. I see Mark's going to have to up his energy level a little bit. He's got to try to get involved a little more.
Made a great backhand on that point.
Again, they're back to the same strategy.
Nice volley there by Parsons.
Great dig.
Good spots. Such good volleying by George. Great technique.
Wow.
Wow.
Good.
These are the fun points. Ridiculous. I can't believe he hit that.
There we go. Now we're...
That's a point right there. That's unbelievable. Incredible athleticism on all sides. Some ridiculous shots there. That low drive that Parsons hit off the screen there, unbelievable.
That's what I mean, though. He needs to try to create a little more, become more of a factor in the outcome of the points. Right now, Johan is that guy. Unbelievable. It's 15 all.
He's hitting that.
Now we're going to the fast paddle. This is what Marco and George need to stay clear of.
Too much, but a great volley there. right on the line. Good feel.
30-15. That's what I'm talking about. Trying to get. Oh. Just
Holding
out.
confirmed. It's close
Just
too.
out. 30 all.
That's a great poach. Got Johan standing there. George doing a great job holding his return, waiting for Johan to move, and then just hitting it the other place. All right, here we go. Oh, wow. Such a good shot. He took a chance, drove it hard at him, framed it, but Johan's just got great hands.
Amazing volley from
It's a
Johan.
great volley. I don't mind the look, though, once in a while. Getting the miss. Oh, got a little out of his reach. I think it moved further than he thought it was going to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, fault. All right.
Back to deuce.
Deuce. Smart. This is Zorro. That's awesome. Great gets. Great.
Johan. Great get from Mark. George. Marco, great stuff.
Good call by his partner. Marco, tell him to leave it. I think he would have played that without
I think
the
he
partner.
would have too. Again.
All right, break point here for 5-1 now for Grangerio Wilkinson. They're doing a great job anticipating
Hit the line.
and cutting off the volleys.
Marco's just taking what they give him.
Long. There it is. 5-1 now. Marco serving for the second set. To this fantastic job judging where those drives are coming from and cutting them off.
Stands are almost entirely full.
Couple of highlight reel points there. Good leave, good leave. That spin, cutting it off his paddle.
Just hard right into the body. That super cutter, deep.
Love 15.
They switch back in the backcourt. George and Marco get in their true corners. Soft hands from Johan. Double wire, no problem. Nice high lob. There's a
Good
sneak
blitz.
attack.
Oh, good spot there from Parsons. Just got it out of Marco's reach.
Went behind him.
Yep, smart play. Oftentimes the blitzer will come to the middle, and the behind play is there. Love 30. Wow. Decent serve, just thumped it, got it off his right hip. Tough to make that volley. Love 40, triple break point.
Chicken winged him. That's a good spot to aim for against to the right-handed volleyer out there, everybody. Right hip. Just a hair outside the right hip. Get him to flip that forehand volley.
Great volley.
George closes in on that net like a champ.
Incredible. He gets right up on top. He does a great job with that. Absolutely right. His positioning on the volleys is exceptional.
If he smells that drive, he'll get up there.
Huh.
Nice, Johan.
A little flipper, forehand flipper. That's game. All right, 5-2.
5-2.
All right, that's one break back. Couple more to go.
And again, no lead is big enough in this game. We've mentioned it many times before. It's the ultimate racket sport of momentum. I don't know if it's the one serve, but anyhow, the no lead is big enough. Coffee black if you can.
I find, strangely enough, this to be an interesting time. You say 5-2 is an interesting time, but for the team up 5-2, it can be easy to lose track of what you've done to get to 5-2. You know, the way and you lose that track, and you could easily be back at 5-all in no time. So see if they stay, you know, disciplined, play the right points. That's incredible. Love that.
Wow.
Great blitz.
They're only down a break, but it is love 15 on a tremendous blitz and finish from Marco Grangerio.
Oh, tough serve, tough serve. See, those are the points that Randt and Parsons want. The serve return and the missed return, that's going to be huge. Keep them playing, keep them playing. Oh, he called the serve out. All right, so it's 15-30.
Johan's starting to struggle with his serve a little bit.
Nick, great
Perfect
shot. Stayed right up on that side wire. Oh.
Thanks.
30-all.
Smart serve from Johan. Just kick it in. Got the best volley in the game, one of them, so just take your medicine if you have to deal with a big bomb. Look at that. Look how they read the spin. They know right away it's going to kick out to Marco's side.
Third wire smash. Good touch there from George.
Great touch.
He's been really great about discipline, about when he's going for those drives off that forehand screen. They got him. I actually think he has to break that out some more. Now, his wife might have told him not to do it, but I think it's a good play for him. You know, on that short overhead, take him into the body, get him moving out of the way, get him moving. It's a good shot. 40-30. Too good. What a dig.
Unbelievable dig.
What? Oh, no, it hit Parsons, I think.
He touched it.
Yep. Parsons touched it. What great sportsmanship. I couldn't tell. Deuce.
Very nice sportsmanship. Again. I love the great shot.
Perfect. No help call that time.
Exactly. Got to call it out. George did not stick his nose in there to add in. Look at George stepping around it. Marco helping the cover. Another loose shot from Johan.
Net.
He's making too many errors.
Deuce. Good pace. It's going to hit. Pad out. Look a little frustrated.
Good communication.
Nick, almost. Going for the heavy cutter. Well played. Now you got a bail. Yep.
Johan and Mark on a switch.
Oh, right on the line. Another great volley from George. No, overcooked it. He saw the opportunity and he missed it.
Back to
All
deuce.
right. That was set point right there.
First one. 1-1 in the third set on the other court. Just heard it.
That's a great look. Nice half volley.
I love George's roller. He knows the right pace. Whether he's trying to hard supersonic nick or make it die, he really is hitting specific shots on every ball. Every shot has a great purpose, as all these guys are.
Extremely versatile roller. There.
Oh.
Oh, just netted. He was right there. All right. Game point now for Randt.
2 hours, 7 minutes, Brad.
Yeah, we had the pleasure of calling yesterday's 3-hour match. This one looks like it might be headed that way. We'll see.
Must be us.
Good call. That was in. No, he actually rare miss there on that forehand. He didn't quite get around it. There it is, game 5-3. Set's not done. All right, George got a hold here.
George has got a hold.
Still more work to do.
Hearing a little or a few footsteps coming up on him there. They better finish it up.
They've had a great tournament. They had a little struggle up 4-1 in the second set. Yesterday against Baxter Heath, they were up and they had a little dip in energy and focus. And Baxter and Heath got it up and it was 5-all of a sudden. You like that? See, that's not the shot they want to be playing right now when they want to be building good points one after another. A little bit of loose air. Love 15.
I think unless it's obvious, they're going to let Johan determine the outcome of the point.
Johan determines a lot of the outcomes of a lot of points. I mean, he's just that kind of guy. He's a force, you know, of nature. What a ridiculous volley that was.
And they'll just take their chances, whether... Great
Unbelievable.
Shot. Great shot.
The athleticism, crazy. Missed it.
See, that's my point. So Marco shouldn't be going for those low double wire drives at this juncture. Just put it back up there and wait it out.
Oh, two errors there. All right, 30-15. I do always love Johan's got to always bounce in the step, though. Always a bounce.
Always.
Great poach.
Nice deep volley.
And they're doing a good job with their signals on poaching and not poaching, staying. Excellent communication. That's getting hit. Nick, great. Good read on that one. That's good.
They're icing Marco.
Nick.
There's the nick. Still doesn't get it done. Good try. Mark trying to catch Marco. No.
No, he's staying.
Yes, he is. He's
Staying focused.
filling the center hole there.
Was a high ball off the screen.
It's the one to hit. That's a no-brainer for him.
Like he just jammed him a little bit. Didn't quite get his feet underneath it in the right place. All right, 30 all. That's kind of a big point here.
Indeed.
Big return. He's going for the offense. Good leave there by Randt. It's important to let certain balls go. Great play by George. 2 cutters. Well done under crucial moment. Now we got set point here for Grangerio Wilkinson. It's their second set point.
Serving for it this time.
Yep. George's been very reliable to serve. I don't think he's thrown on a fault the entire match.
Chris Gambino was the first one I saw using that shot.
Wow. There it is. He went for the body, got him framed perfectly. There's the second set. 6-3 for Grangerio Wilkinson. We're heading to a third. Looks like another 3-hour match. We'll take a 2-minute break.
Paddle's hottest website, paddleplayer.com, has helped revolutionize the sport. Pro video, leagues, tournaments, merchandise, and now state-of-the-art rackets. Visit paddleplayer.com today, Paddle's bright star. Paddleplayer.com is your go-to website for all things paddle. Articles, videos, instructions, and more. Paddleplayer.com is your paddle authority. Visit paddleplayer.com today.
Hello, and welcome back to the 81st APTA National Championship live from the country club Darien, Connecticut on the APTA network presented by eNet Live. We are in the middle and about to start a third set of a tremendous semifinal match between the second-seeded team of Johan Randt and Mark Parsons and the third-seeded team of Marco Grangerio and George Wilkinson. It's been a tremendous 2 sets out here. Battle. We had Randt and Parsons take the first set, and then 6-4, and then battling back in the second set were Grangerio and Wilkinson, who were up 4-1. But then it got a little tighter, but they managed to close it out. But a lot of highlight reel points in there. Some great discipline play still from Grangerio and Wilkinson. So we're looking forward to an exciting 3-set match here. It should also be noted that we're going to be having the women's final right after this match, as soon as it's over. So there's going to be a lot of great action still here. And then we've got also a great semifinal match on the other court, going to a third set between Brobick and Palmer, who are the first seeds, and the fifth seeds are Juana Raya and Max Laperfair. So some incredible paddle out here. And again, you can stay tuned because we got the women's final right after this. So the balls are out warming up the new ball, and it looks like Johan Durant's going to be starting serve in this next set.
The women's final will take place once both courts are finished. So stay tuned. A lot of great paddle in store for you.
Yep. And this is kind of exciting. It's always right in the balance now, where it was kind of the foregone conclusion that we were going to see, Broderick Palmer against Randt and Parsons, but we got 2 3-setters here, so we're going to see how they work out.
We sure do, and kudos to Marco for bouncing back. Started a little slow with serving, and the X factor was whether or not he could reload, and he has.
All right, Durant to start the third set.
New ball.
Yep. I'd love to see him change that rule and get a new ball every 7 games in these. Too much spin overheads.
15 love. And to that point, I'm having dinner with Brian Uline last night. He said the same thing.
Yep.
So I think this 7 game of switch balls, and it's now called the World Championships.
Great cut overhead. Good energy coming out. Nice nick to start this set.
Some Marco and George need more of the same.
No, I don't know that he wanted to go for that.
Well,
now you see, where you were talking before, Rod, about how they were putting 90% of the overheads into George's corner. Well, clearly there they put a good 10, 12 in a row into Marco. Maybe they're changing it up.
I was just thinking the same thing, Brad. There it is. It's an obvious.
I'd like to say great minds think alike, but I'm not sure I have a great mind.
I know I'm limited, so. But you're spot on that. That I think you're going to see more balls swung over into the backhand corner. And I was sort of questioning the original strategy, because George was doing extremely well, and Marco was the vulnerable one there for moments in that.
And maybe they did it so much he got into a better rhythm.
And that's what happens. You pick and stick on somebody and you groove them up.
Good start, 40 love. What? Ridiculous half volleys.
He makes that look easy, and it's far from. Look at Mark Parsons leaning on the screen.
Oh, it's the let cord. We haven't seen that many let cords.
No, we haven't. Not like yesterday.
No, lots. Lots yesterday.
40-15 game.
All right, that's a good way to start the set right there. You want a nice high energy game. You get a nick, some good spin overheads. Great start.
Definite strategic change, though, which I'm a super fan of. That's why I love this game so much, Brad, is the strategy is so much more part of it, because you can't use power to finish like tennis. And you got to think it through, pick and stick to a certain player, whatever it is. And it's fun to execute with a partner. Win the match with good strategy. Because with all things being equal, strategy is what's going to win.
Sure. Oh, if it came down to just pure talent, Johan Durant would win every single match. I mean, he's won most of them, but his talent and athleticism is ridiculous.
Redunculous.
So there's always a lot of things that come into play in any kind of match. Mental toughness, strategy, tactics, all the things.
There's the first overhead going over to Marco, and they are going to change it up. Look at old Mark doing a 360 there on his clearance. Doink.
Oh, really honing in. Couple of nicks. Wow. Great play.
Flipping the strategy. It's obvious. Marco's going to see a lot of balls.
Love 15.
Serve right on the line.
What ridiculous play by George. He got the second one was easier, actually. He missed it. Too good. Great play there. Johan.
Johan.
High energy, movement. Love 30.
A blitzing machine. Another bomb return.
Going right at that, Nick. You missed it wide.
Yep.
Ooh, gave that one back. 15-30.
And Mark has made very few errors in this match. Very smart from Marco. He could have driven that. His partner's out of position. It's just great discipline, and this is how they won the second set. Taking the air out of the ball.
Yeah, Marco and George are perfectly capable of attacking and playing blitzes and moving the ball around and speeding the point up at various times. In fact, they do a good job of it, but they do a good job of it in balance with playing a long points. Like they want to play long points, then go quick, not like have the point go fast all the time.
Exactly.
Nice two from 30 love. They throw in 2 errors, 2 overhead errors to 30 all.
They're versatile. I think they're just great at game planning. They'll do what they have to do to win. And ouch.
30-40, first break point of the third set.
Maybe his first fault of the match.
I think so. Oh, great return.
That's the best return in the game.
It's so consistent.
Well, he just never misses it.
Yeah, so consistent.
I guess that's consistent, isn't it? If you never miss it.
Good positioning there. Seamless switch.
Mm-hmm. Shoot in the middle. What percentage of the overheads were going to George in the first 2 sets?
No, pretty high. Probably 90, 85.
Yeah. So they have made a tactical maneuver here.
Oh. First miscommunication.
And for the fans out there watching, you can just see Mark is deferring everything to the forehand.
Yeah, he's going for that. That's such a good volley. It's the right ball for George to take, and he's so confident in his hands, and he makes it. You're taking a risk, by doing that, what Johan's doing, but he's such an incredible volleyer.
He's baiting them, in effect, to drive that ball, and he's going to stay on
What a great shot. There's the first break.
2 love.
2 love. Incredible start. Oh! Love 15. Yep.
Rare.
Very consistent with that drive.
2 love. We need a quick break back. If there's that great volley, great hands. Marco and George looking for that quick break back. Don't want to dig too deep a hole here. Fill in that middle hole.
Good call of help. Anytime that ball gets within 6 inches of the corner, you pretty much call it help. Play up the line a little bit more.
Letting Johan play singles. Look at Mark's perfectly content with waiting till he gets a ball he can handle, a short one.
Ooh, a little misdirection overhead. That's a good cut spinner. Nice play by George. Exactly where it was.
Getting to one of these staring contests, and who's going to blink first?
Nice. Good move, though. It's the one you want to hit. hard point here for George and Marco. Get the pace down. He's going to hit that. Nice.
Oh boy, great dig, Marco.
See him take a look up to see where they were for a second before he hit that?
Sure
Perfectly
did.
placed.
Look before you hit. George Lott. Art to great doubles. I'd like to see, I wish George had a little something on the backhand side.
The backhand side, yep.
Times he could pull the trigger and you know what it's going to be.
It's a missing element for sure, but they stay so disciplined, it doesn't matter. They're playing to get what they want. And he doesn't want the backhand. He just doesn't really have it.
Doesn't have it.
But that's the thing about paddle. You can lob and wait for the one you want.
It's 4-3, Araya, Lapierre, third set.
Yeah, some great action over there. On both sides, there have been standing room only points for sure. I mean, crowd's up and looking. He's going to take that.
That's what Johan wants. He stays right there.
That's smart, smart. I think he got him on the rebound off the screen into the body. I've never seen that before. I don't think he hit him on the way in. I think it hit him on the way out.
Interesting.
I'm not sure.
I thought it caught him on the...
you know what?
Either way.
I got to go to the slow-mo replay.
Kent? 15.
Our producer,
all.
we don't have that. Sorry. Great shot.
15 all. Let's see if they switch. They're going to keep Mark in the captain's role.
That's a great positioning.
Look at him use that backhand.
Yep, great positioning.
Almost got it.
Great call for help. Letting that drop. Starting to get a little rhythm on the spin overhead.
Look at him. That's it.
Nice.
What a get.
That's it. Speeding it up.
Oh,
couldn't
what a
get
shot,
it.
Johan.
Just great play in there. Speeding it up at the right times.
Live with the sword, die with the sword. Johan is starting to find his rhythm again.
Well, he's got a collection of swords. That's great pick off.
Good. Great lob. Just, he's got every shot in the book, this guy. And when he gets it firing on all cylinders, it's fun to watch. I really like what they've done tactically. That right there, shooting more into the backhand side.
The hit. Nope. Great discipline by George. Taking only the one he wants.
Great call. Again,
Great call.
Air traffic controller at net. When your partner goes back for that deep lob, you at the net got to say yes or no. You make the final on it. And it's great to have a partner that listens, huh, Brad?
Oh, what a volley.
Another one. Look at this guy. The big cat. I love watching this guy get hot.
Actually, there really isn't anything like it. He's working that spin, but I tell you, George, playing him well. Knows when it's going to cut in, knows when it's not.
The only thing I've seen like it is when Uline started getting in rhythm. He definitely did all this stuff right here, and it's fun to see these guys get hot.
Oh,
Boom.
smart. You know, he pulled it out. George was not ready for it. Surprised him there. Wow, great start for Durant Parsons.
I'm going to say the reason he's not totally ready for it, Mr. Easterbrook, is that we've been going 2 hours and 31 minutes of nonstop combat.
Unbelievable combat.
And so every now and then, maybe you might get caught flat-footed after 2.5 hours.
Yep. Incredible shot. Good start. 3-love lead now for Durant Parsons. Should be noted, we just got some word over the wire that Nancy Reagan passed away, former First Lady.
Oh, that's too bad.
So, it's a shame. Prayers and thoughts go out to the Reagan family. Certainly an iconic First Lady. All right here, so it's going to be time now for a big hold. This is a big, big game. It seems like Johan's heating up for sure. He hasn't missed a cut overhead in a while. He's getting a rhythm. Some incredible volleys.
He missed. No, I don't think he has missed one this set. I thought he might have missed one.
He did early, but they still managed to come over the game.
All right, Marco.
Fault, love 15.
Gotta find it. Looks like we got a poach on here.
You're on to them. Good hold.
Oh, that's a great shot. It's just a
Oh
great overhead.
boy, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think he was trying to just feather it around the outside. It's not. I don't think there are too many bag of tricks where that's going to be a more than 1 out of 10 shot. Probably not the right time.
If
15
that,
all.
Great volleys. There's that same shot that
Yeah.
George has got a.
Well, that's a good ball. Smartly called, but
And
great
once
pace
again,
on that.
He is so good at finding that crease with a supersonic roller.
It's a great shot.
That ball just explodes out of there.
30-15.
Bouncing back after that first fault.
Good shot. It's coming again, though. Great roll. Parsons with a great ability to know when his opponents are in or out and speed up his drives accordingly. George, the same thing.
A little too hard from Johan. He had it. Could have dunked him.
Great
Good.
lob. Let it go. Inside the line.
George almost got it. Great
Oh!
drive. Great drive. Little soft probe.
Great shot.
Just again.
30 all.
First signs of fatigue from George. 2 hours, 35 minutes.
Yeah, he didn't miss those before. He was down with them.
The hammer. Around
Oh, great
over
spot
the
back.
post.
Oh, 30-40. Break point for 4-love now for Parsons Randt.
Yeah, he
He
rolled
hooded
over
it.
that.
Yep.
He hooded
Took
it.
the paddle over the top of it. He had to push under and through. Right. I think he thought it was closer and higher than the net than he was.
And just an amazing response from Mark Parsons.
He could drive the ball from literally almost anywhere off the screen.
Look at it. Again, Mark's got a nice soft sway, split step. His pre-shot footwork is textbook.
Oh, he's coming in. Nice.
Oh,
Good
got
volley
it.
recovery there, but you got to be careful going high to Parsons' backhand. Oh! You know, little uncharacteristic volley errors there. I don't know if they're
4-love.
fitness or just having to fight so hard to just kind of hang in here. 4-love now.
Big cat, Johan Randt to serve, South African, top 200 in the world in tennis. I met his mother at one of the nationals. She came up to watch one of the ones he won. What a nice lady she was. I want to shout out to
Great half volley.
Marco's wife, Angela. She is the tournament photographer, Angela is.
It's a great job taking incredible pictures of all the action out here.
Look at that cross-handed volley that
Yep.
Mark just hit.
Flipped it right over. Yeah, it is the unique two-handed volley with the wide stance.
Look forward to seeing all the shots that Angela's taken. I'm sure they'll be posted somewhere. Doink.
Nice.
Oh, look at that.
Great play
Marco.
by Marco, but
What an
incredible
athlete.
volley.
This Marco is fun to watch, great for the game.
Oh!
Thank you very much.
That was it. That was just not quite set for that one. He went for the big shot and wasn't set. All right, love 15, first point. Great lob. Oh! Does seem like there's a little drop in energy here, maybe after that fight. I didn't see him miss those volleys before. Tough.
2 hours, 37 minutes. Bomb.
Great thumb.
Hello. Coming back at you. That's going to go a little crooked. Little crooked.
Spun on that one just a little.
And again, the conditioning starting to play a role in this match.
30-15.
Look at the spin on that. The English.
There's one. Good play. 40-15. He bit in too hard there.
Again, a little squash in him and holding the shot. Hold,
Yep.
hold. Let Marco commit and roll it behind him.
Nope.
Oh,
Just too
just
wide.
missed it.
40-30.
Not by much. Half an inch. Out is out. And again, for those of you out there making line calls, beginner intermediates, when in doubt, never call it out. Play it. Good sportsmanship. We've seen some good sportsmanship here today, Brad.
Oh, absolutely.
I wanted to
By and large, we see great sportsmanship everywhere. We saw it yesterday, too, in the match we called between the Baxter and Heath and Hughes and Powers.
.40-30.
See where Parsons is against the side wire. He's over there again. Johan's working. Singles.
Trying to go up 5
It's
love.
in. Good move by George. Taking them both. He's going to hit that.
George got his head out of the way.
Nobody
Look at
in.
him.
He's
Look
just going
before
to
he
dump it.
hits. Look before he hits. Look at that.
He found Mark. He was outside the court by 3 feet, but he still found him.
Both feet in the green when he made that volley.
Yep.
Never seen that before.
But this is how they do it. They try to let Randt, from certain times. They have various formations out here. And now you see they've switched, and now they're going to let Parsons do some work, hopefully hit the Knicks. Good dunk. Well played.
What
Good
goes up?
balance and control.
What goes up must come down on those dunks. Look at that shot. That's amazing.
Good,
Back
Nick.
to back.
That's
Oh my gosh.
such good positioning.
Look at this teamwork. Almost another Nick.
Incredible.
We're getting some great action here, right now.
Leaping overhead.
Oh, nice hands, Marco.
He's going to hit the Zorro. Lets it fly. And there it is, folks.
5 love.
5 love. Wow.
I want to go back to Mark Parsons earlier. The ball was hit. It went through him, and he called it on himself. He got hit, and he set up and did the honorable thing. And I go back to my favorite definition of sportsmanship, with this conduct becoming of a sports person involving honest rivalry, courteous relations, and the graceful acceptance of results. There's the honest rivalry part, right? I mean, that's what makes it great.
Sure.
People call on themselves. And it's easy in the national championship to kind of be quiet. Maybe nobody noticed. 10 under 10.
I didn't notice.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
We were both right here. We were wondering what he's doing, and he said it touched him. But if this is the finals of a 10 under boys tournament, I don't think the little guys are going to call it on themselves. I hope they would.
Well, hopefully they would.
Exactly. But great sportsmanship. And
All right. Love 5 down. Wilkinson to serve just to stay in the match and start the comeback.
Johan hasn't gone for any of those blistering thumpers. He's just medium speed, pretty good giddy up.
I think it's smart because they're not showing you that they're going to necessarily serve and volley. So hitting it harder is the worst play against a player who's going to stay back.
Exactly. So he's.
I think we might have Ryan Leipavera as taking that match over there. We'll get the report in a minute.
It's over, that's for sure.
And, you know, Juan Arias made 5 semifinals in a row. Remarkable consistency here at the Nationals. One of the best players in the country, but has not played a final yet. So if he won that, that's a huge, huge result.
He is one of the very best. I'll tell you, if he can just, I mean, he's such an emotional player.
Yeah.
He celebrates with fist pumps. He beats himself up and wears it on his sleeve. But, you know, he's getting close, knocking on the door. Look at that shot. But oh, my gosh.
Oh, great hold.
Here comes something.
He's going for it. And smart play. It's the time to hit at somebody. He's backing up. Can't get his feet underneath him to get out of the way. Well played.
What a tribute to Johan in terms of
15.
he played a very poor second set. He went into a bad spot. But he comes right back out, different strategy, executes it perfectly. He hasn't missed a ball.
Great blitz.
And there he is at his best.
Nice scoop.
Johan at his best is when he's blitzing. Little crazy little drop shot.
Tried to hit him again. That's smart, though.
Almost got him. That's going to run.
Oh, he's feeling it.
Feeling it.
All right, but I will say George is winning 2-1 in backhand cutters.
George has got the lead in that
All right,
department.
love 30. Yep, they're giving the hand claps now. They're sensing another level. See, Johan's the only one who has that extra gear, the extra level. The question is, can you get him out of that? If he's in it, he's the best.
Well, there's one of his first errors.
Yep.
Again.
But a good play. He got a high volley.
Right there. He rarely misses that. Kudos to George for acknowledging Johan's sizzler. The Ginsu drop shot. Again, graceful acceptance of results. Courteous relations.
Called long. Ball's played.
I think he called it good.
I think
got
he
overruled.
did call it good. So I think it's going to be 15-40. I think it's double match point here. Let's see if we can get confirmation on that.
I think you're right on that, buddy.
Let's check.
Yep.
Yep, double match point. That was called good, overruled by chair umpire David Lee.
15-40. 15-40.
Double match point. Oh, he thumped it.
That is a thumper.
And he's going to cut, and he's right there. That's long.
Okay.
30-40.
Again, got to get the last one. I tell my students all the time, you don't have to win them all, but just win the final one. Match point number 2. Almost got the doink.
There it is, the cutter winner. Very fitting end. Incredible set from Johan Durant there. Amazing. Players hug at the net. We're going to give props to Wilkinson and Grangerio, their first semifinal, and this is basically Marco's first matches back.